This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Today's show is a doubleheader pulled from May 21st in 2013. Both segments, Brad Orrison, the head shed head, is in visiting with Greg. They are just coming off the weekend prior's whole hog win at Memphis in May at this time, and they're going to talk a little bit of shed. So let's get right to it. Here is Greg and the head shed head, Brad Orrison, from May 2013.
There you go. All right, helping me close the show out tonight, a guy whom I was introduced to at the Kingsford Invitational Championship at the end of last year, a successful barbecue restaurateur, seller of succulent sauces, and by the way, brings energy like you have never seen before. Let's go ahead and race over to the hotline and welcome the head shed head, first timer to the show, Brad Orrison, joining me here. Brad, how are you, buddy?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing that. Man, doing great.
It is like too long to finally get you on this show, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. You're right. But, hey, a world championship can do things for people.
Well, hey, man, put you on the map, no doubt about it. So a big weekend to get your take on. We'll do that here in just a second, Brad. But for the folks maybe not familiar with the shed and that whole deal, can you give us a little bit about you and how you got involved with the business?
Yeah, I'm the founder of The Shed. We're a little barbecue and blues joint down in South Mississippi. Been around about 12 years, competing for around 10. And it's a family food drinkery. Got my mom and dad, my little sister and brother, and we're all on the payroll. So it's a family event every day.
Brad Orrison joining us here on the show. The website, by the way, theshedbbq.com, if you want to check it out here while we're talking. When the business started, Brad, did you guys have aspirations of getting into contests, or is that something that kind of evolved over time?
We were open about 2 years before we got into our first competition, and it was actually in Mobile, Alabama, KCBS competition. And we got really lucky because Food Network was there filming. And that was the first time that we got a shot at television when it comes to barbecue. And it was our first barbecue competition. Granted, we came in 57th place overall. So we just, we thought that was cool. We're on Highway 57 off of I-10. We said, okay, 57th. Well, the next year we went back to that same competition. We cooked the best food we had cooked in our lives, and guess what? We came in 5th. So we caught the bug, and we've been doing it ever since, for sure.
No doubt about it. And you're not just obviously sticking with a KCBS or this sanctioning body or that sanctioning body like some other teams. You are kind of spreading the competition love around, right?
Definitely. We've done KCBS, ICBA, MBN, the old MIM. We've tried to spread the love, see which one, it is definitely a niche market though. If you're really good at KCBS, then MBN usually isn't your game. We just try to spread it out, and, we've been definitely successful when it comes to the MBN because we get to put on a show. That's what we like to do.
Brad Orrison joining me here on the show. The Shed, the head shed head, theshed.com, or theshedbbq.com is the website. Will the Shed do a lot of events as far as competitions are concerned over the course of a year, or you just do like a few big ones?
Usually do 4 to 5 big ones. And this year we're hoping to get, I say this year, really in 2014, we're looking to nail down about 25 of them. So we're really going to hit the road for our first time on the circuit in January next year. This year we've still got about 3 that are tentative right now. I'd kind of like to get up to that Kentucky Barbecue Festival and one or two others.
Is it mainly about exposure for the brand when you're out there competing, or do you really want to kick some ass and take some names out there?
Yeah, we're there to, we're there to, number one, kick ass, and just like you said, take some names. We always have a philosophy like, if there's 100 people in the competition and we come in 99th, and that means somebody got their ass whooped.
There you go. One person did, no doubt about it.
That was one person. So our goal is never come in last, and we also are there for marketing. We definitely use it to our advantage. There's thousands of people at all of these competitions, and we're there to, hopefully get them in our barbecue joint one of these days.
Brad Orrison joining me here on the show. All right, so let's go back to this past weekend, Brad. The Shed offers whole hog, which has been dominated over the last 3 years in a row by Yazoo's Delta Q. What was the mood like when you were told that you had made finals in the hog? How does the camp feel?
Woo-hoo. Oh, man, I'm thinking, are you kidding me? And my second thought was, who else is in there? And when I saw Yazoo Delta Q, Melissa Cookson, the baddest girl in barbecue, when I saw we were going head-to-head, I said, man, this is going to be good.
What kind of a hog? What kind of a hog do you guys use? Is it just something that I can, go run up to Johnny, the pig farmer, or is this something special?
It's something special, but you can run up some Compart. It's the Compart family farms out of Minnesota, and it's a Duroc hog that we cook for these competitions. So they say redder is better. But you can buy them. You can buy the ribs. Every cut of these hogs, it's premium cut. So you got to pay a little bit more. But the Compart family, they do it right. World Championship Hog, they also sponsor from Sweet Swine O' Mine, who took the actual grand world champion. So we have the same meat sponsor. And also Compart family sponsors Boar's Night Out.
Yeah.
Team of the year this year.
No doubt about it.
Team of the year, World Hog, and World Shoulder champions, Compart Duroc.
So you make the finals, and it's like competition to a certain degree has started all over again. You guys cooking like 2 hogs for this contest? Do you cook more than 2? How many do you cook?
We cook 2. And the way that we cook these hogs is they're in the standing position or the running position, pretty much. So we actually cut. There's 3 on-site judges, so we cut one side per judge, and those are all 3 of the prettiest. Then that 4th side that's left is for the finals. So, but we always put the best food out first. So we're just dealing with what we got when it comes to finals.
Brad Orrison. Go ahead, buddy.
We just had, we've saved food before, like, oh, this is better, we'll save it finals, and then you never final. And it's like, oh, we wasted it. So we always put the best food first.
One of the biggest things to kind of master as a team, I would expect, is this on-site judging, which doesn't happen in a lot of other sanctioning bodies. If you can't speak well, you're probably pretty much screwed. Do you work off of a canned speech or some type of a deal, or is this off the top of your head?
To put in your request for a future show, please contact Jon Solberg via email at Jon, Jon, at the BBQCentralShow.com.
Hey, guys. Sorry. It's not like you don't hear that 5,000 times a day. Forget I said that. Before we get into the second segment today, are you following the Big BBQ Central Show on social media? It is much appreciated and easy to do. It is at BBQ Central Show on Instagram and Twitter, and / BBQ Central Show on Facebook. Please give the big show a follow. Very much appreciated. Let's jump into the second segment now with Greg and Brad Orrison from May in 2013.
You're probably pretty much screwed. Do you work off of a canned speech or some type of a deal, or is this off the top of your head?
It's, you got 15 minutes to make these judges believe what you believe about your product. And, you definitely got to have somebody that can let it roll, because you want to make them laugh. You want to make them cry. You want them to leave like they're a family member and they believe that is the best barbecue they've ever had. So it definitely takes some energy, but I always go into it. We don't have like a canned speech or anything like that. I go into it and I try to read the judge and see, if it's raining outside or if it's muddy or if it's too hot. We really try to find out where they're from, try to connect with them as much as we can.
Brad Orrison joining me here on the show, theshedbbq.com, the website if you want to check it out. Brad, the Shed has seen some time on TV over the years in competition shows and the like. Does having that experience under your belt, having to do the retakes and having the camera in your face and producers asking you all kinds of stupid questions and meet deadlines, give you an advantage when the pressure is on for the final round of on-site judging at something like a Memphis in May?
Yeah, definitely. We always say when we're about to have to get a box to, man, we got to go work on this, and it just means that we're presenting our food and our team and our persona as if we're going to be on TV every time, and we're not every time. But that's the reason why we've gotten lucky, because we present ourselves as if, hey, if there's a camera, guys, we're over here. We're supposed to be on. So we've gotten really lucky. But we also grew up. I mean, my mom was a professional clown. So we grew up on sort of a stage.
So you're ready for that bright light when it comes to shine.
Exactly. We never really think we are, but when you get lucky and things just happen and you got your mojo working, you got to be there to win. So we always show up.
When the category winners are announced, do you think you had a real shot at getting through, or is it hard to think like that when given the success of Yazoo's has had over the past 3 years in a row?
I knew I had a shot at it because our hog was so lusciously tender and juicy and perfect, and the skin is just beautiful color. I knew that we had a shot. When we had all four of those judges sitting there, and we had the table decorated, and we always present on a huge cutting board. I took the whole shoulder off of this 200-pound Compart Duroc hog. The whole shoulder just came right apart, laid it on the table, and I promise you there was, 2 quarts of juice that just poured out of the shoulder. Even the judges literally were like, oh, my goodness. It was surprising, and it was awesome. So yeah, I knew I had a shot, and I knew if it was the year, it was going to be this one.
Is that a hog that is like, once in a generation, or is that something that you think you could replicate, every couple months?
We actually, this hog, the hog that we got, or the 2 hogs that we had for this, they 187 pounds and 194. So I think that's really our sweet spot. We've been cooking over 200 and going like 205, 210, but I'm really liking this 190 to 200 range. So I know I can duplicate the hog in, as in the hog, but the cooking process and whether the air is dry or wet or if it's raining or what the temperature is outside, I can never guess what that's going to do. So it's always different. It's always kind of a crapshoot, but we know exactly what we did to that hog. And we know the only thing we don't know is how many beers we drank, but we'll figure that out later.
No doubt about it. Brad Orrison joining me here on the show. Mark Lambert from Sweet Swine O' Mine ends up winning the whole thing. Do you tip the cap at that point, or is there something that you can physically go back to in the agenda and the cooking process and say, we might have left a little something on the table there from winning it? What do you think?
Swine O' Mine, he's always been one of my barbecue mentors, and he's the badass. He won it in 2009, And you got to think about that shoulder category, though. It was Sweet Swan of Mine, Chris Lilly, and Rebel Roaster Review. All three of those guys together had won like 9 world championships. So that category was a monster category. And you got Yazoo Delta Q in the show. I mean, knew that it was going to be shoulder hog to take. I felt like my hog was the best. But yeah, you took the hat. I mean, he won it. He took it. We won our first in our category. And also we had the same meat sponsor, so it worked out really well for both of us.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As far as the overall sense, do you know where you guys finished out?
I don't. I haven't seen them yet. I just saw the preliminary where we came in. I think we took 3rd overall. I think it was actually a rib team that took 2nd overall.
All right, so I mean,
I know we lost the world champ. We lost to Sweet Swan of Mine by 0.3 of a point.
Oh my, was that close?
Yeah,
wow,
0.3 of a point. And Big Bob Gibson or Chris Lilly lost to Sweet Swan of Mine by 0.4 of a point.
Oh. It's we're only like 6 months, not even 6 months into this competition season, and there's a number of competitions that have literally come to tenths, hundreds, thousands of a point separating grand championship and second place. It's pretty spectacular.
It is. It's awesome. I mean, I'm waiting. I'm waiting when the Olympics come up. I'm waiting to be in there because I mean, they got a bunch of stupid sports, and you know what? Barbecue is not a stupid sport, so I think we're in. Who do we need to call? Greg, you got to know somebody.
Man, you know me. I know top men in the industry, and I'm going to be taking it to task starting tomorrow at 8 a.m. Look.
Oh, yeah.
So, whether it's second, whether it's third place overall, I mean, it's this out of however many teams that you're finishing ahead of. Will you, as a businessman, at the shed, all your different locations, will you see a spike in receipts at the stores after a finish like this, or do those two worlds not really meet up in any sense?
They definitely will, because our customers that are on our Facebook and Twitter see that. And they go, oh, I've been telling people that for years. So we always see a good spike in it. We had an amazing amount, like 20,000 hits on our website on Saturday after it was announced. It's barbecue. It's hot right now. I mean, people are paying attention to what we've got going on, and it's great. When I go to these competitions, I see all these people smiling and having a time, and they got their families out, or their families at home, and that's why they're smiling. Either way, it's really, really refreshing to be part of this barbecue world right now.
Brad Orrison joining me here on the show. He is the shed head of the Shed. TheShedBBQ.com is the website, and they won the whole hog category this past weekend at Memphis in May. Brad, congratulations on the finish. Thanks so much for coming on tonight to talk about it. Really appreciate it.
You got it. Keep it rolling.
You got it. We're going to talk to him soon, no doubt about it. That's Brad Orrison, the head shed head.
There's Brad and Greg keeping it rolling from May 21st, 2013. If you'd like to hear this complete show, there was a lot of other great guests on May 21st, 2013. Head on over to thebbqcentralshow.com. There will be a link in the Best Moments show notes to take you to the complete episode. While you're there, I know I ask you every week because it is important. Please subscribe to the BBQ Central Show via podcast. You will never miss an episode of this show or the really big barbecue show again. Until next week, on the Best Moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less, I am your host, Jon Solberg, and I do look forward to talking to you again soon.